And here's our tale of the tape. Belgarwi versus Pereira here at Glory 40 Copenhagen. 24 and 29. 6'5" and 6'4".
And it shows that Pereira actually has that little bit of a reach advantage. But I still think this is the perfect time for these two to be fighting. They both have the similar amounts of professional experience. They both are hungry, and they're both in line for a title shot. So this is one fight I'm super excited for.
Fatigue can be such a major factor in your second fight of the night.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Now improves his career record to 24 wins with 5 losses and 15 knockouts. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, 1.94 meters, and he weighed in at an even 186 pounds, 84.4 kilos. Back tonight, fighting out of Brazil, here is Alex Boatan Pereira. His opponent now runs his record to 21 wins with 3 losses and 10 knockouts. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, he weighed in at 186.5 pounds, 84.6 kilos. He fights tonight out of Tunisia by way of the Netherlands. Here again, Yusri, the babyface ninja, Belgarwi. And your referee in charge of the Glory Ring is Tobias Gerald.
Alex, Yusri. Gentlemen, this is the final of the contender tournament, so you know the rules. Respect my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight good, fight clean, fight hard. May the best man win. Touch glove if you want. Back to the corners.
Joe, this is the final. Many people predicted, including yourself, who has the edge as we get ready to start this final.
Well, I still think it's a very even fight. I give the kicking advantage to Belgarwi, but the boxing advantage to Pereira.
Timekeeper. Ready, fight!
Belgarwi wearing the white gloves, Pereira in the black.
Pereira right away wanted to establish his boxing.
Fight!
I really liked how Belgarwi fought in that first fight, really using his jab and his low kick. That can be a great strategy against Pereira as well.
Again, Pereira has won a Glory tournament before, knows what he's doing. As for Belgarwi, he lost the last time he was in a tournament to the eventual winner of said tournament, Israel Adesanya, who went on to challenge Jason Wilness for the middleweight championship of the world back in Los Angeles. Must be a little strange for Belgarwi after fighting someone who was 6 inches shorter than him. Now he's fighting someone who's almost the same size. And there's a bit of redness and swelling on the right foot of Belgarwi. We don't know how serious it is, but right now we haven't noticed a limp or any hesitation to throw the right leg.
I would like to see him throw it if possible. That right low kick's going to be a good weapon for him. Trying to shut down that boxing of Pereira, but Pereira is very confident in wanting to move forward, wanting to control the center of the ring, try to land his hands.
Both men have one-punch knockout power. Those punches come from a long way away when you're as tall as these two guys are. Belgarwi, Dutch, but of Tunisian parentage. Very proud of his Tunisian roots, but does fight and train out of Amsterdam at Mike's Gym. Pereira has traveled the world chasing his dream, fighting out of Rio, or Sao Paulo, Brazil, rather. From from Brazil to Copenhagen, Denmark, with a possibility of winning an opportunity to fight for the middleweight championship of the world.
Right now it's Pereira controlling the center of the ring, but Belgarwi's fighting really well on fighting backwards. He's still landing more, he's more active, and seems to be getting the best of the exchanges.
Uppercut connects, snapping Pereira's head back. We've seen in past fights, Pereira can and does get hit.
Yeah, we saw even in his last fight where he beat Israel Adesanya. Adesanya was beating him most of the round until he caught Israel coming in.
And now it's Pereira.
Stop! Not in the back, okay? Fight!
So 2 rounds to go. Joe, who'd you get the edge to there?
I give it to Belgarwi. He was more active, seemed to be getting more of the exchanges. According to fight metrics, we have Belgarwi landing 27 of 75 strikes. Pereira only 12.
Here's our look at the current Glory middleweight rankings, and they're up to the minute, by the way, because we've had a change since earlier tonight after their respective wins. Alex Pereira is now the number 2 ranked middleweight. Yusuri Belgarwi is number 3, and of course, the 2 men in front of them will be fighting later tonight in our main event. I know Dustin Jacoby's watching from home right now. He's coming back from a broken arm suffered in his bout against Simon Marcus, so we wish him a speedy recovery as he tries to get back on track here in Glory. Round 2 of a scheduled 3. Again, this is the second fight these 2 men have been in tonight. Spinning back kick there from Pereira. He eats a right hand.
Pereira needs to be more busy this round. Let's see if he can maybe mix in some kicks and not just heavily rely on his punches.
Nice job of Belgarwi to back Pereira up, and now he's trying to fight off the ropes.
Next time. When I say stop, no more technique, okay? You understand? Fight!
Tobias Harris, our referee, trying to lay down the law.
There's that low kick I've been liking from Belgarwi.
You can see total strikes, the edge goes to Belgarwi. Oh, a left from Belgarwi, backs Pereira up. That might have really hurt him.
Yusuri needs to stay long. I like when he's staying long, using his jab, following his right hand behind. It's Pereira who wants to bring him into the more of the heavy exchanges.
A short right connects for Belgarwi. Pereira's letting Belgarwi rack up some points here with those little short shots.
Belgarwi being busy is his best strategy. It's shutting down the output of Pereira.
Might not have a lot behind it, but a landed punch is a landed punch. Ooh, Pereira missed that one by about 6 inches.
I like that Belgarwi's mixing up his strikes as well. He's using his low kicks, he's trying to mix in knees, where Pereira's just focusing on landing the one big shot.
Straight right hand connects again to Pereira, and then a left hook from Belgarwi.
Doesn't look like Pereira has much behind his punches anymore. Starting to fatigue really quickly.
We've seen this before from Pereira, where he starts to get behind on the scorecards. Seems like he's out of a fight, and then all of a sudden, one punch or one kick's all it takes. And there's that one punch. Right hand. Belgarwi says it didn't hurt him, but we all know it did. Best punch of the fight for Pereira, who's trying to follow it up with a left hook, but swings and misses. That one moment for Pereira may not have been enough, though. Another solid statistical round for Belgarwi.
the last time. Next one. 1 point minus. No. Stop.
Our referee threatened to take a point, did not though, and how crucial would that be if Belgarwi had a point deducted for hitting after the bell?
Well, that would make things interesting, but Belgarwi right now is the fresher fighter, seems to be more active, so I still think Belgarwi's in a better position going into this round.
So the bell rings and then boom, quick little right hand from Belgarwi. And he immediately apologizes because he knew a point being taken away was a distinct possibility.
And he's been warned a few times, so referee Tobias Gerald is really watching Yusri Belgarwi very closely.
Through 2, Joe, how do you have it?
Well, I have it 2 rounds to 0 for Yusri Belgarwi, being the busy fighter.
Come on.
But Pereira showed us with 1 punch. He caught Belgarwi, snapped his head back, but not enough to send the big boy down. Round 3 of a scheduled 3. The winner advances to fight for the middleweight championship of the world. Belgarwi fighting out of Netherlands, wearing the white gloves. Pereira from Brazil in the black.
I feel that ankle of Belgarwi starting to add up. He kind of stumbled under it. But a lot of fighters seem to be slipping on the canvas, complaining it's a little slippery.
Head kick attempt there and a big left hand swing and miss for Pereira. It's almost like he's reserving his energy for a few seconds to throw one of those bombs.
Well, Belgarwi does get excited. He keeps his hands down in exchanges, so Pereira's best option right now, if he's fatiguing, is to try to counterpunch while Belgarwi he's trying to come in.
A much better start to round 3 here for the Brazilian, who goes with a right to the body. You can see how fatigue is playing a factor, though.
Fight!
It looks like Belgarwi's fresher.
Pereira is finding some success.
And another left hook. How much gas is in the tank, though? And a slip there from Belgarwi, and he ate a punch as well.
He's done that a few times. I think it's his right angle being damaged and swollen.
If Joseph Altolini's score is correct, and that Belgarwi won the first 2 rounds, then Pereira needs a 10-8 round here. Whether it's a knockdown or a point reduction, whatever it is, that's what he needs. The jab has certainly been effective for Belgarwi. Haven't seen a lot of that from Pereira. And how much of a factor was rest for this fight? Belgarwi fought first tonight, had more downtime.
Well, it could be a big advantage, and it looks like either the rest helped or Yusri Belgarwi is just in better shape.
Fight!
20 seconds to go.
Stop!
10 seconds to go here in our final. Pereira throws a lunging right hand.
Stop!
Did not do the trick.
Fight! Stop!
Is Yusri Belgarwi headed to a title shot? He outlanded Alex Pereira 89-40. We'll find out. That decision is headed your way next. Then we're on to our main event. Just witnessed the final of our middleweight contender tournament, and it was Yusri Belgarwi who started strong.
And he did a good job at staying busy on the outside, really establishing his punches, even though he looked like he had a foot injury. But Pereira still kept coming forward, was really looking forward for that big one-shot counter punch, but didn't seem to have it. He had some signs that he did have that power even in the later rounds, but it's that busy straight punching and activity of Belgari that just seemed to be too much for Alex Pereira to get any of those power shots landed.
Here's our strike stats, and the baby-faced ninja, as he's known, Yusuri Belgari, outlanded Pereira by over a 2-1 margin. Strikes absorbed. The proof is in the pudding. 58 headshots landed, 15 to the body, 16 to the legs. The official decision now from Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of tournament action, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 5 of our ringside judges see them out the same and score it 30-27. A unanimous decision for your winner. And now, Glory Contender Tournament Champion, Yusuri Belgari. Here to present the Ramon Deckers Trophy, our Vice President of European Events, Bert van der Rij. He is accompanied by our Managing Director of Sports, Cor Hammers, and the General Sales Manager of Stanley, Soren Oskar.
So it's Yusuri Belgari with the opportunity now of a lifetime, but Joe, he certainly earned it.
Yeah, he did, and he had 2 very tough fights and showed that he is a very promising contender, and I'm sure he's going to hang out and not go back to the room to watch this main event.